All change requires a partnership between leaders and followers. According to Brian Tracy, a famous leadership coach, the relationship between the two is trust, and trust is based on integrity. There is no recipe or formula for building trustworthy leadership within an organization. Human beings are too variable for a recipe, and human relation comes in all shapes and sizes. In this video, I'm going to summarize William Judge's Harvard Business School research report on trustworthy leadership, and I'll share some practices to make your organization more change capable. Hi, my name is Anil Jaisingh. I'm a certified Scrum Trainer with Scrum Alliance and adjunct faculty with NYU's graduate program of project management and an entrepreneur running Concepts and Beyond, a premier training and coaching company. I'm on a mission to help leaders, teams, and organizations drive product innovation and build profitable businesses. Subscribe to my channel for stories of innovation fueled with product management, business agility, and leadership topics. The first practice for trustworthy leadership is to become skillful in leading others. Leadership takes skills, and all skills can be developed over time. Organizations should accelerate and enhance the leadership skills of its managers that will yield long-term benefits in enhancing the organization's capacity to change. However, having a formal leadership development program is not enough to generate skillful leaders. In a recent review of those programs at 8 major corporations, the differentiating factor that separated the successful programs from the unsuccessful was whether or not there was personal follow-up. Personal follow-up involves such things as reminder notes to keep working on the development plan, one-on-one sessions with an executive coach or peer, and sufficient time and resources to work on important attitudes and behaviors unfolding in real time. In other words, leadership development is a contact sport. Practice 2. Learn how to speak with and listen to associates. A recent research reveals that the more communication that goes on between executives and associates, the more trustworthy the communicators view each other to be. In a study of 50 senior managers within a multinational firm, it was reported that executives who communicated more often were more likely to view others in the organization as more trustworthy. Instead of just focusing on one-way communication from the leader to the follower, time and energy must be invested so that fears, concerns, doubts can be expressed, alternative viewpoints can be heard, and challenges to the vision can be articulated. Most change initiatives fail because they do not consider the emotional aspects associated with change and trustworthy leadership. Indeed, noted author and change guru John Carter argues that it's important to understand what people are feeling and to speak more directly to their anxieties, confusion, anger, and distrust. Practice number 3, know your values and act with integrity. A key element of trustworthiness is consistency over time. The best way to be consistent is to act in concert with your values. If the leader or leaders are not clear about what their values are and what values they want to emphasize within the organization, they're likely to send out mixed messages. Subordinates pay attention to what leaders say and do. When the message changes, or more importantly, when the message stays the same and the leader's actions are not consistent with that message, trust is destroyed. Practice number 4. Think win-win as much as possible. Have you heard of organizations in the news where the CEO pay is going up and at the same time employees are being laid off? If employees are to trust their leaders, they need to know that their leaders genuinely care about them. This doesn't mean that the leaders must avoid conflict and play nice all the time. It does mean, though, that the employees know that the leaders of the organization are not just in the game for themselves. Pragmatically speaking, leaders must seek win-win options as much as possible. And employees need to know that the leader is looking to create a win for them. In other words, people want to know that you care about them before they're willing to trust you and follow you. Interestingly, organizations then went from good to great were all led by relatively humble leaders who were more focused on building the organization than on their own well-being. Before we go to practice number 5, I like to highlight that I'm teaching a new course called Certified Agile Leader. If you're interested in learning more about level 5 leadership and how it connects with Agile leadership, join my Certified Agile Leader course. This course is certified by Scrum Alliance, and it teaches you the skills that you need to be an Agile leader and how to develop them. I plan to run this course in January 2025, and it typically costs about $1,000 to attend and get certified. For a limited time, this course and certification is available to you for $100. Only if you attend this course and give me your honest feedback. When you sign up for the interest list, I'll send you the discount code to sign up for the course. Practice number 5, be authentic and human. You don't have to be perfect. I learned from a colleague of mine, Bernie Maloney, the failure bow. It looks something like this. Take a step back, raise your hands, and bow to say, I failed. Every time you make a mistake. I demonstrate this regularly in my class. Sometimes I make genuine mistakes, and sometimes I make mistakes on purpose so that I can demonstrate this, showing how vulnerability can cause the leader to be more human and authentic. When a mistake is made by a leader, it should be owned and acknowledged. Sometimes that acknowledgement needs to be made public. Sometimes it needs to be private. Part of authenticity is being candid and transparent. Practice 6. Seek respect, not friendship from your subordinates. Leaders need to earn the trust and respect of followers. However, this does not mean that leaders need to be friends with their coworkers. Friendship at work is a wonderful thing, but far more important is the respect that others have for you as the leader of the organization. Respect is earned through being fair and just. And fairness applies to not only what the policy is, but how the policy is implemented. Indeed, recent research found that employees' openness to change was even more influenced by how justly the policy was implemented than by how fair the policy was perceived to be in actual substance. Practice number 7. Trust others a bit more, control them a little less. Relationships are reciprocal in nature. There must be give and take for them to work properly. If leaders want organizations to trust them, then they must trust the organization. While this prospect can be terrifying to some leaders with their fixation on control and predictability, but it is an essential ingredient to building organizational capacity for change. I learned riding a bike from my mom. She used to hold the back of the bike and I used to go and ride, and she used to make sure that I balance. One day, she just let me go. But what happened to me? I fell down and then I got up again, and then she held me again, and then she let me go. And every time she trusted me to balance it well, I tried. And for a while, I succeeded, and then I fell. And then she would do it again. Eventually, I learned how to ride the bike without falling. So overall, having a balance of trust and control is essential for building a great organization. Share what you think of this video. If you enjoyed this video, press the like button and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget, I have a great deal for you to get certified on the Cal1 course scheduled for January 2025. Please go to the link in the description below and sign up for the interest list. See you next time.